That was the biggest thing in that Nongshim Red Force series. I think they really underestimated Nev's play, but the man, the myth, the legend that he became, he just became, not Gen Myth, but Nev was able to just like dominate the game. Like he had a great series against Nongshim.
I think that's the perks of having a young player like the side of Nev, right? Whereby he's very mechanically gifted, but he needs to calm himself down, compose himself in these big plays. We've seen how he's able to harness those big leads towards the early game, but just to throw it at the key timers. If Vesakha can fix this issue, definitely coming to this game one, they have a proper footing in this best of 5.
Alright, so Blacklist, they ban out the Dharma as well as Adolia. And this points me in the direction. The next matchup we need to take a look at is Bao against Chami1, because these two clash leaders have been absolutely perfect for both their teams. Now I think this is going to be a big difference maker.
And Chami1 has been the one and only PKL player that has received so much praise coming into all these different regions here. MKL, IKL, or even KME, KMW. Once you talk about Blacklist International, first person popping into your mind is Chami1.
Yeah, and whenever I see a player with a 1 in their name, I mean, it just seems like, is it really the guy? But on this team, Chami1, he is the Neo of this team. He is the one and only.
Actually, Golden Kai has a 1 in his name too, so...
K1 team.
Yeah. But he also is the #1 Golden Kai. Oh, damn it, you found it.
Okay, but putting out our focus back towards the draft here, we see Dolia, Dharma, and also the likes of Maestro and the pay here. So Vesakha removing the strong early game tempo away from Blacklist, and with Chami locking in Golden Kite's early here, Vesakha immediately responds with 2 strong counters against early.
Oh, I like this. It's the Byron against my Yin matchup, 50-50 matchup. We also get the 50-50 with the Ari and the Chano matchup as well. So this is going to be the decider. Do we focus on the mid lane or the roam? It looks like Blacklist, they're going for the Diadea. This is a stock standard combination.
Exactly, the early Diadea here, putting focus on Golden Kite and Chaz to really ramp up those tempo in towards the mid game. Exactly situation that you want to be seeing is Golden Kite on this early, farming to 3 items and dominating that side lane.
Yeah, but very expensive picks at the same time. All of them. I mean, Blacklist International definitely have a deeper hero pool, and but these 3 setting the tone, right? They want game 1.
I think that's a very good point, right? Whereby if you set a good footing towards game 1, it puts you into such a condition whereby you are very motivated and up in the spirits into the entire best of 5 series.
I mean, you have to. I think at this point, you really want to go in. And Vesakha, I mean, even in that Nongshim Red Force game, or that series, they lost game 1, but they were able to bounce back. I think that Vesakha are be like, hey, we'll just continue to play. Yeah, you'll expend some picks, and some of their picks are pretty high as well. But, I mean, I think that they're very comfortable with either outcome in this one.
Okay, so no Shi and no Ogren coming in from both sides here. This leaves a couple of options open, like the Flowborn tank. That's one consideration that I'm looking at. At the same time, I don't think this is the game where you want to use a solo Yangjin.
Yeah, solo Yangjin is quite expensive in towards this draft, unless you're Vesakha. Even if you pick it, you can only default it towards the jungle because the clash has already shown in this case here. So you see all these traditional junglers here on the side of Vesakha. You have the Agudo, Ogren, also Pay, all lock away from Blacklist Just G's pocket here. That leads to the question here. Is Vesakha trying to go for the Luna? Because banning out the Floorborn tank here, Nev could really just pick up this Luna right now.
Yeah, it's definitely open. The opportunity is there. I mean, the Flowborn tank with a lot of the disruption, the Blacklist International might be considering that, but it looks like they're going to go a different way.
Yeah, Xiao, just to make sure that the life of Golden Kite on this arty is not going to be an easy one. I don't know, Vesakha. I feel like they are cooking something. We might see something weird here in the jungle.
Blacklist, however, if they do cook something in the jungle, at the very least for Vesakha, it better be something that is strong in terms of tempo, because so far, if you observe the draft, you have Arl, you have Diadea here, 2 of the big counters for Luna here. So it really stops Vesakha from locking in that agile assassin towards the jungle, which gives Blacklist International this chance right now. Do you lock in the Luna? They hover the land link here on the side of Just G.
Okay, the Prince. Royalty that is deserving to be used by Blacklist. Let's see if that's going to be the case here. Maybe we get our debut pick on the Prince of Lanling.
Yeah, Jushi's not as scared of playing this hero, right? He's done it in the past, but it looks like it's just more of a bit of a fake out, a pump fake, if you will. They're going to go with the Menki, a little bit more stock standard to kind of solidify just the front line.
I like the Monkey, whereby you have the Diadea pumping in the heals for the Monkey, and then it allows you to put priority over to the Heart Brothers here. Dragon and Golden Kite, yes, they are twins, and their middleman is Heart, and exactly, you want to be putting focus on them and play towards that advantageous mid to late game.
Yeah, I love the fact that you brought up the fact that they're twins. And Blacklist International, even when you meet these guys and they're always hanging out, the biggest sense that I get from them is that they're family.
Family, Ohana means family, and family means Blacklist International here. But Vesakha, they have the IKL hopes on towards their shoulder here. They're here to make a mission that is to break the code of Blacklist International.
Wow, okay, I was thinking maybe a Musashi would make a lot of sense here, but the Fade also a big answer because the rest of the backline is really squishy. Dragon on this Kongming might not have the best time.
That just carries. I think that meta is dead. It's not going to survive the KIC.
Oh, definitely not. So we'll see this game number 1 as both teams look to set the pace here.
Well, if we were to think about the draft itself just now, for the side of PKL's Blacklist International, it's quite a pretty, how would I say, expensive draft. You have so many of the priority picks here, like the Arlie, Diadea, and Byron already expended in game 1. But this just shows you one thing. Both these teams, they are looking headstrong and confident in getting this game of victory.
Yeah, it's all about tempo, and you want to expend some of your expensive heroes, so to speak, to get into this one, because it really will set the tone if you pull out that game 1
And
victory.
to set that tone into this game 1 is to show who is the king of the Gorge here. Both of these teams enter the Gorge. One comes out on top. Let's go, Kin and Holler.
Thank you so much, Saki, as we go into the third match. Game number 1, Blacklist International up against Vesakha Esports. They're still in the upper brackets, so none of these teams are going to be going home.
Yep, they will not be, but they want to be ahead and go into the knockouts, be the first team of their respective regions as well. Dragon one-on-one against Genmith. This matchup is going to be really important because the next one that I'm going to be talking about is Joshi as well as Nev.
Yeah, Genmith, on the other hand, is going to be more like utility-style mage. Doesn't really need to get as much farm. Dragon, on the other hand, probably wants it, but Junyoung flashing away. Raven is getting a little bit low as well, and this is great by Blacklist International. You want to be aggressive.
Yep. Anytime before 2 minutes, I think it's okay to use the flash, but here comes a potential
the
kill.
Cannon Blast. Golden Kite is in a bad spot. He's only level 2. Chaz is going to be there. He gets that secondary level, but Golden Kite, with that light step for the Cannon Blast under the tower, he will survive, gets the healing due.
You have to push it to the limits, absolute limits from both sides here. Vesakha as well as Blacklist. Here comes Dragon though.
Yeah, Dragon not level 4 though. That's something to take note of, but they want to go for the Spike Tail. There's going to be a little bit of a skirmish. Vesakha might have gotten that one. That was very close.
Yeah, very nice movement by Raven here. One of the best players on the side of Vesakha as well. Now, Nev has hit that level 4. There is a potential for a nice first blood. But both teams playing their cards well, neck and neck in terms of gold.
Yeah, and actually the fighting is actually a little bit more, most teams kind of, when in game 1, when you're really not too familiar, they kind of, will poke and prod a little bit, play a little bit safer. But I was talking to PG even before this game, and he was saying that actually we skirmish quite often. We're skirmish partners, so we're very familiar with this team.
We've heard that story so many times, right? Now, being familiar, it can be a boon, can be a bane, because you might know the patterns, and you might have your patterns recognized instead.
Yo, I said that they were, just skirmish partners. They weren't dating. They don't need to be that level of familiarity.
Well, maybe you have not paid enough attention with your scrimming partners.
Those are his words, not mine. But still, it looks like, Blacklist International doing a great job. I mean, they know that this Golden Kite versus Raven matchup is the one to watch, and Golden Kite needs to get going. He could literally carry this team.
I think, at this point, it's so scary to consider where the winning option will come from both sides, because Blacklist and Vesakha, both of them, they're bubbling under.
Yeah, and it's all about that moment, right? And Joshi, on the other hand, he's about 1.8, keeping on pace with Nev, who could potentially be at a little bit of a risk, because, Nev on the Fade is definitely squishier. If Joshi were to find that Dream Roam to really set it up, they would have a great time, so they need to really worry about that positioning.
That's true, and Nev actually doubled down. He went for the Rapacious Bite build, right? So he's not going to have a little bit of tankiness. They want to go all in. So Vesakha needs to be clean.
Oh, nice two-man stun, and that's going to be first blood. Dragon is down, and Chammy1 looking to fight this. He's continuing on. Val is there, but now Nev looking to go, and they get the double with Val.
Yep, IKL strike first in this one. KIC 2025, Vesakha 2 kills for the price of none. Maybe there's more to come as well.
Yeah, that was a great little ambush there, and they had Nev on cleanup duty just in case they weren't going to get it. But now Blacklist International on the back foot starting it off. They're down 2 kills.
Okay, so they need to make the... Whoa, hang on. Joshi, he wants to find something here. Not going to be able to find anything because Vesakha, I think they understand the risk that they're taking. Now, Nev does not have a huge EXP lead. In fact, it's Joshi that's ahead in EXP.
I mean, he's doing a great job of farming. And Blacklist also at the same time, it looks like they're funneling all the farm to it. Let the man go. Because once he's tanky, I mean, Nev, even if it were to go on, Genmith, you lock him in a board, all these different, options. But it really don't have enough if he's going to be that tanky minky.
Exactly. So right now, 4 minutes. This is going to be the first challenge between the two.
The Dream Roam onto 2. Junyoung getting a little bit low. The board is not going to actually
Raven.
go. But now Raven is in a bad spot. He's going to go down. Dragon gets the pick off. Blacklist International with a nice assault.
He misses the flash, and Blacklist oblige. So this one's going to be a big one. Can they find more kills? Joshi, they are going to reposition themselves. Hang on.
Yeah, and this is going to be in the mid lane. Genmith is in a bad spot. That bitter farewell, that flash away. But Genmith survives to see another day.
They paid a lot of resources for this on the side of Vesakha. Now, Blacklist, this should be a free and guaranteed tyrant for them.
Yeah, very free for them. I mean, just you push them away, they have to go back all the way to their fountain to even heal up. Vesakha now, things have turned, right? It's not about the kills, it's about the objectives. And you're seeing the net worth lead grow in favor of Blacklist.
Okay, so this is to be expected, right? Because they funneled everything into Joshi. He got the kill, he's now level 9. He does have the EXP advantage. Now, Vesakha, they want to balance this out with maybe with the life of Jamie 1 here.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to go with 4 members in the top. This is a huge commitment because they want this tower more than anything else. But Jamie 1, force field suppression, Wolves on top of him. He says, bring it.
Yeah, he puts his life on the line, and that manages to save the T1. In the meantime, nobody defends that bottom T1 for the side of Vesakha, which means Blacklist have the structural advantage.
Yeah, and that was the whole counter movement, right, to that commitment. When you have 4 members in the top, nobody's in the bottom, Golden Kite says, all right, I'll take this tower for free.
I mean, that's why HOK is not a game just about kills. You have to play the map.
Yeah, well then why do my farm lane or my support guys tend to get execute?
Yeah, because we want to make the map presence for you with the lack of numbers.
No, but Ball in a bad spot. Chaz is getting a little bit low himself. But now it looks like Blacklist International will push them away. They're going to take the Azure Golem. And now Nev is just going to have to leap from ledge to ledge. He does get to safety, but he loses out on that buff.
It's a lot more than that. Dragon gets it.
Now they find him. Junyoung, he actually dashes back. He's going to be fine. Nice little board. They've got him in, but Blacklist International with 5 members, this is going to be a tough nut to crack.
They don't even have to engage. And now Dragon has the Azure buff. This is not good news for the side of Vesakha, right? So Dragon with the CDR, with the mana regeneration, they can take these fights. Now Nev, can they find the value of his
nice
ultimate
cannon
here?
blast onto 2, but there's no follow-up. Nev is still waiting in the wings. He's on the prowl. He's going to just dash back in, and it's more about farming at this point, but they are down 1.3.
Yep, it's not the healthiest number, right? Vesakha, there is a potential to turn this around, but they need to get the stuns in, need to get the CCs in. So far, Genmith, he's hit some nice balls, but they haven't found the full value of it.
Yeah, it hasn't been the value because Vesakha doesn't really have the items to really do that damage. The bottom T1 gonna be saved by Chamie 1 with a sliver of life. He's not able to catch Val though.
How many times has he done it? Twice already, right? Saving the T1 with his life, with the shield as well from his ultimate force field suppression. Vesakha, they need to do a little bit better now.
Yeah, I mean, but they're committing for this. It just seems to be that Chamie 1 is just too tanky. And this is the problem playing against the Byron. Sometimes you're in a bad spot. Now Chamie 1 gets pulled. He's going to continue to fight. He's being bounced around. Chamie 1 somehow surviving, getting the healing too. And now here comes the revenge tour. They find Val. They're going to get the pick off, and Blacklist come in storming.
Yep, you have been marked, and they have broken the code at least in the first 7.5 minutes. Once again, Azure buff for the taking. Joshi will give this to Dragon, I believe.
Yeah, and look at how they timed it. They knew that the Cannon Blast was going to be there. Blacklist International picking up another one, but the nice little True Man Dream Roam, and there you go. Junyoung is down. Genmith is running for the hills, and now Blacklist International taking the mid T1.
How clean is this? They hacked into the system. Vesakha have no answers. Nev is going to try for the split push, but that's the only thing he can do. The T2 now is taken for free.
Yeah, you got a split push. You cannot fight into this lineup. Blacklist International, they have a death ball. Very scary. Chamie 1 is making his way back. He might be able to catch, but now it looks like they got Dragon, who stuck around. He was a little too far in, and now Joshi there. They get the revenge on the ball, and now Genmith on the run. The passive keeping him alive.
Look, Blacklist, they don't care. They can give the life of Dragon. Look how tanky Joshi is. We talked about this. once you can't melt him down, they win every single team fight on the side of Blacklist.
Yeah, but Joshi, he's just so tanky at the stage. He has the level advantage, he has the items, he has almost everything that you want, especially when Nev is not in that fight.
Yep, and Nev, the pick of this fade is meant to counter the Mankey, right? So once it's low enough, you will get the instant execute. But for now, Nev has not been able to find the damage output yet.
Yeah, it looks like pressure is experienced here. Nev, on his esports career journey, going into IKL for the first time, the pressure was so intense, but now it helped me give a lot of experience. Can they bring the pressure to the Codebreakers this time?
Well, they need to do more, because right now Nev is going to have to give away that Tyrant at the 9-minute mark. They do make a trade, so that is good news for the side of Vesakha. But Blacklist, this is definitely, the ball is in their court.
Oh, ball is in the court. The Jade Seal is going to secure that one. Nev ensuring that he gets whatever he can out of his own jungle.
Okay, but Joshi on the lookout for the other members on the side of Vesakha. Now, there is Bao. He's going to try and make a difference. It has to be a split push attempt, but he has to be careful about the time. Once he shows, you know Blacklist will go in.
Yeah, he's already shown at this point. So it looks like Blacklist International all in the top lane, and especially with these Vanguards, it's going to be tough, but they use the teleport. Bao will spot this one out, but Nev is there, and they might actually just go on to Chami1, who has been the guardian of the towers, but now with Joshi showing up, Nev is on the run. Nice dream roam, nice catch. He gets onto the ledge. He's looking to run away. Ball is looking to cartwheel back to safety, but they get Golden Kite to the top lane, and somehow Raven's still alive.
Oh, Raven is just so sneaky, right? He has so far been the saving grace of Vesakha, but right now, the 10-minute mark is the most important timer in HOK. Blacklist, they have their eyes on towards the Tyrant, but they make a beeline. They need to steal this away.
Yeah, but with a man advantage, I mean, it's 5 versus 4, you have it, and you have the board locking him in. Joshi is so far away. What a great board by Genmin.
Yeah, we talked about it. This Yixing pick needs to make the difference. The Boardmaster, once he locked them in, Blacklist are taking a huge risk of being taken down by the Vesakha members.
Yeah, but the Tyrant, is available. Blacklist International, they're going to take their Crimson Golem. They're going to take whatever they can in the jungle. But this lead has dwindled. Now it's about 1.6.
All right, that's a great recovery, right? And if you take a look at the growth of the jungler so far, right now, Nev is trading by 1,000 gold. Bao found it out.
Oh, the flash away. He does get to safety, though. He should be fine. He has a lot of mobility. Chami1 using the force field suppression as well. And Vesakha doing a great job of retreating, but ensuring that they do it slowly so nobody really gets caught out.
Blacklist, they know about the difficulty here. They can't get caught out by the board. It is available for Jimmy. He does have the Azure buff as well. Nev, if he makes the correct play here, he could execute the members of Blacklist.
Yeah, but Chami1, that is the hardest target to kind of go on. But now you have Raven with that damage. They take the bottom T2. I think they'll be happy. The Cannon Blast onto Joshi, who's still a very tanky boy. They find Nev, the Dream Roam. Raven actually flashing back, but the box is going to be used. They find Chaz on the backside, but now with 3 members in this an awkward spot, Genmith flashing away. Junyoung dashes over the wall as well. He's got his Cannon Blast, but Joshi wants that revenge toward. They're taking liberties, and here comes Ball looking for the play, but he went in for a suicide mission. He's going to be killed.
But it's all a ploy. Vesakha, they're just buying time, because take a look at the T3 falling towards the Shadow Overlord. Dragon's gonna make it in time, but does he have enough damage? Winning strategy to push it away. Defense is here.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta just save it, whatever you can do, and it was looking like Winions were gonna happen, but now with this Tyrant opening it up, Nev getting a little bit low, needs to be careful. Board is gonna be locked in, and they found him with that box, and the shields is not gonna be enough. And Chami1, but the Jade Seal, but they find Nev, so they do get the kill, but Nev on his way to the afterlife. He does get the Tyrant.
Yep, so that's going to be a power spike for the side of Vesakha. So Blacklist, they need to find an answer, and the answer is the Crimson Golem, put into the hands of Golden Kite probably. And right now, Genmith unable to make that save for the team. So it is tied now, 1-1 in terms of the T3s. No T3s have been taken.
Yeah, but Raven also taking the Crimson Golem. So buff for buff on that one. Joshi was going the top side. Vesakha, on the other hand, largely quiet in the sense of Raven, who has only died a single time, but his farm, 9.5 versus 8.5 of Golden Kite.
That's 1,000-fold difference going into the side of Vesakha's Raven. And he is the win condition looking for that finishing blow, right? Nev is just a cleanup crew. He needs the damage coming in from Raven.
Yeah, for sure. Those two are the guys. If one guy falls, you're going to have a much harder team fight. You might not even be able to go. And how do you pierce the armor of Chami1, who's just been this frontline bruiser that's been so annoying to deal with, as well as Joshi?
Yeah, but if you notice, look, Blacklist, they have been taking quite a lot of early game damage before the actual fight itself. Now, maybe if they can catch up Bao, who has been on the tiptoeing on the backlines of Blacklist, maybe that could be the winning formula for them.
Yeah, but Ball sometimes, I mean, especially when he died in that last team fight, it was really questionable at that stage because they were kind of like a little bit low. It seemed like Vesakha were looking to retreat, but then he's like, let's go, let's just try to go for this one and make that heroic Mayan play. But they find a Genmith, the board, they have Joshi locked in, and then topside, they find Nev. So Blacklist International are looking to trade jungle for jungle, but now here comes Chammy1 with those shields, and it looks like Ball is going to be picked off. Dragon with that winning strategy, getting the pick. They have the taking liberty, slowing it down with that cannon blast. It looks like it's going to be a 2-for-1 in favor of Blacklist.
Yep, Dragon breathes fire for that one, and the prize is big. It's going to be the Shadow Overlord. This is going to assist Blacklist in the attempt to take another T2 across the map from Vesakha. But at the same time, look at Raven, sneaky, this boy.
I mean, you're going to take whatever you can. They know that without that numbers advantage, they really cannot contest the Overlord, so they'll take what they can, and it's a small buff. I mean, it's the smallest of things, but you'll take it.
Yep. And right now, Blacklist, they have secured a significant advantage. They take the T2 at the top, only a T2 at the bottom remains for the side of Vesakha. But more importantly, Blacklist have taken the Shadow Overlord.
Yeah, Shadow Overlord, it's going to be great for them. That push will help them out. The bottom lane is going to be here now. So they're taking some structural damage essentially for free, but Golden Kite with that Vanguard will make short work of that, and now they need to turn things around.
Okay, so look, the game is so close. 14.5 minutes in. It's just a 2,000 goal difference between the two teams here. Blacklist, of course, in advantage.
Yeah, definitely has that advantage, but they've been finding Nev. He's been using that ledge walk to his advantage, but he's been getting caught out. He needs to be a little bit more careful. Tough to do, especially with the CC on the Blacklist side.
Yep, now it's about whether Joshi or Nev survives, right? Whoever survives gives the team a huge advantage because they buy space for both their farm laners, Golden Kite and Raven, respectively.
Yeah, and now the bottom T3 essentially is going to have to defend against this push here. They have 4 members of Vesakha. Top lane Nev is going to be there. They're looking to go for the minions. They find Joshi, who's a little bit tanky, and with those sprites, they're continuing on. That's got to be a little frustrating, but it's just a little bit of chip damage.
Plus, Genmith has not used the board just yet. This next board will determine the fate of Vesakha.
Yeah, it will definitely help them out. But if they're able to lock, they've locked them in, but they haven't done too much. But here comes the board. They find Chaz. That's a great target. He flashes to the edge, but the board is not going to be enough, with that box. But now Ball is going to be picked off as well. 2 members down. They're trading, and they find Golden Kite. Here's the winning strategy. It's been spread throughout. Vesakha will be happy with that trade.
Yeah, definitely happy. I would be happy as well if I was Vesakha. You not only saved the T3s, you have taken down the important members on the side of Blacklist International as well. Golden Kite and Chammy1, the game changers, they were taken out. And now, Vesakha, this is an opening to take the Shadow Tyrant.
And this is where things get a little precarious for Blacklist International. Once you're going to the mid to late game with those Tempest Dragons, you have Nev with that Jade Seal, essentially securing all of the big objectives.
Yep. And the later this game goes, those objectives matter more and more. The Tempest Dragon definitely needs to go into your hands. Now, Joshi does make sure that it's international.
Yeah, it was green light go. Everybody went, and they got that, and they made Blacklist pay. But here's the board. They find Joshi all the way up in front, who gets outside of it. Genmith is a little bit low, but he's being bounced around. And now Chammy1 looking to go. They have the box, and they have him locked in. But where's the damage? They find Joshi, and it's not going to be enough. They have the Heartlink, and now here comes Nev. A little late to the party. He's not going to be able to find any sort of cleanup.
I mean, that's what he needs to do, right? But here is looking for a potential steal onto that T3, not going to be made available. But the way that Vesakha is sharing damage across their lineup, IKL have definitely learned their lesson in KNC. Now Blacklist, they need to put the pressure
Nev,
on!
he finds a solo Golden Kite, but now Nev is going to be hunted. Blacklist International will want to prowl on him, but Nev with that superior speed will get to safety.
Oh, that was a double-edged sword, right? If Nev overdived, he would have been taken down instantly.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, that's why you got to stay alive. I mean, he's 1K behind Joshi at this stage. It's for him, it's about getting to that critical mass. He's not there yet at the 17-minute mark.
Watch Chammy. Chammy1, famous for getting into the backlines as well. So far, going to be stopped by the side of Vesakha as they look to reach.
Oh, they find Chun Young, who's in a bad spot. They're bouncing him around. They have the stuns. He flashes. He's going to be fine. But Ball, now with that Cannon Blast onto Chammy1, they're slowing that approach. They've been pushed back. Nev is there if they really want to go. It looks like Vesakha are going to retreat.
Just disengage. Bao here, making sure that it's space for Nev to make sure that he's safe as well from the members of Blacklist International. Now we're at 18 minutes. This is just just game number 1.
Yeah, and it looks like it's going to be a Tempest Dragon game, the way things are kind of formulating at this point. But now the Dream Roam onto 2. That's going to be a nice one. And now Ball looks time to go. They find Golden Kite. They catch him out. The winning strategy spread throughout. And now Ball is going to be running. Sage's Sanctuary. Here we go for Raven, who tries the Soaring Signal back to safety. But Chammy slams it down, passive or not. Jedmith is going to flash. He's going to be chased. He wants to be killed in that sense because Blacklist International will take him down. They got a 4 for 2.
That's a big win for the Southern Blacklist. If they find Nev, it's all over. There is a wave of minions in the mid lane. 14 to 12 kills. One more push should do it. The T3 should be guaranteed. One more for the side as they break the code. T3 taken down in the mid.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to want to go, but Blacklist International a little bit low. Nev, if anything, needs to deal with the minions. There's only 2 of them, so they have that potential if he's able to go. He decides to go, but the Storm Strike's on point. Sage's Sanctuary on this one, but it looks like Blacklist International will take game 1.
Down to the wire. This one was big. Blacklist International, not as easy as they want.
Neck and neck in that sense in this game 1 of the Best of 5 series. But let's break down the stats so far.
It was multiple members looking for the life of Raven. Right? The most minute of differences. And
So this is a guy that really stepped it up, but of course, it's got to be
Chammy won. The one and only in this game number 1. He sent the last few plays for the side of Blacklist International to